Hello everyone, this is Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Stitch. This video is a request by a couple of people. They keep messaging me more or less every week, reminding me that I made a previous video suggesting that I would make some video tutorials on knitting and crochet. And I'm going to make some, but they ask me, you promised to deliver, so where are these videos? And I had to explain that, sometimes things get in the way, like family life, work, and health as well. My little boy keeps me incredibly busy. I've got 3 children, but at the moment my youngest is, I have to focus on him. And so I've just been busy working on customers' orders. I got quite a few orders and I've only got 2 hands, as you can see, just 2. I'm only showing one now. But I've got 2 hands, I promise. That's all I've got. And everything that I make is handmade. I do not use any piece of machines. It's just all made with knitting needles, crochet hooks, darning needles. That's it. That's all I use. And I can only make so many stitches a minute. So all them items were quite big. Blankets, towels, all kinds of stuff. So I just haven't had time. But I will show you all my works in progresses. But I have in a pipeline definitely quite a lot of videos coming up, but it's just really hard to find the time, to dedicate for videos and things, because at the moment I have to focus on my paying customers. These take my priorities, as well as my youngest child. So I hope you can all forgive me if none of my tutorials have come out yet, but they will come out very soon, I promise. So I will now pause and start to show you all my works in progresses. One of the things I've been asked to make is this beautiful cowl where the neck is knitted and the rest of it is crochet. It is very fine. It does require some 4-ply. This is 2 strands all at once to make it nice and thick, nice and warm, very soft. But the rest is just 1 strand crochet. And it does take quite some time. I've been asked to make another 4, possibly 5. And I've started on 1 with the cream. As you can see, I've just started the neck. And then I was asked to make it in black. So I got the wool here, 4-ply by Special Starcraft. And again, the same, but in bright red, because it's going to be a Christmas cowl. It's so nice and soft to work with. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's fine, it takes time, but it's just so worth it. This is going to be part of a baby dress, or maybe a coat, I think. I think it's a coat. And it's worked with even finer stuff. This is 3-ply. And I just really love it. It's really time consuming. But all them bell shapes, it's really lovely and textured and extremely soft for baby skin. So this is what I'm making. And I will keep posting videos with all my works in progress so you can see how it's shaping up. I have previously shown this kind of thing. This is a baby blanket. I did this all in white, and I did show it on in one of my previous videos. But I was asked to produce like a sample with stripes, and someone liked it so much that they messaged me and asked me if I could make this baby blanket 32 inches by 40, all in pink. So I chose a beautiful baby color, which is this one. It is amazing. It is a slightly darker than this one. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if the camera will show the actual colors. It's slightly darker, but it's extremely soft, and it's gonna be so beautiful for this baby. Well, hopefully they'll like it anyway, but it's a lot of fun making all them bees. It's from my baby bee blanket pattern, which you can find on Ravelry. I just really, really love this pattern. It's one of my all-time favorites. I've been given some discontinued yarn, which obviously you can't find anywhere, but it is extremely difficult to work with. And I was told, Sabrina, you can have this yarn so long as you can find something to make with it. So I said, okay, leave it with me. I'll see if I can find a nice pattern for it. And I did. So these are the two colors I was given. And so this is going to be a blanket for my young boy. It's going to be for his single bed. I think I will have plenty to make a single bed blanket. I think it's just going to work so nicely. So textured and soft. It just really, really works with them colors. I've discovered a beautiful stitch, and I honestly don't know what you call it. Kind of looks like some well, I don't know. I don't know what they look like. But it's just so lovely and textured, and all them things are worked individually, as you can see. So I decided to design a baby coat with it, because I loved it so much. It's so thick and warm, just so soft. And I made a baby hat to go with it. And then I thought, I'm going to push myself to the limit here, and I'm going to make a baby blanket. But you know, this stitch takes forever. So I've started on a blanket, but I am nowhere near finished. But it is started. It's all these works in progresses, obviously, but I honestly don't know what you call that kind of stitch. I don't know if you can see. It's just so lovely. They kind of remind me of shrimps, don't they? They look like shrimps. I might have to think about the name of a blanket or the actual set. Something to do with shrimp is not good for babies, so I need to think of a name. Please feel free to give me any suggestions for a name. That would be awesome. I know there's a similar stitch in crochet. I can't even remember what it's called. But I really, really love it. I am also working on a shawl, and this one is quite promising, and it's almost finished. I've even added some fringes in this part, but I just love the way it works. This is worked with 3-ply. No, sorry, 4-ply. This is the 4-ply I'm using for the cowls. It's the same 4-ply because it's just so lovely. And the pattern is lovely. It's very easy, and I will probably make a video tutorial on this one. It's just so nice. I'm going to try and make it as a rectangle too, or maybe a square, because this is triangle. But I'd love to try and work out how to make it as a square or rectangle, so you can make a blanket with this, because this would be nice as a blanket. So now I've decided to experiment and make a baby blanket, like a pram blanket. This is 1/4 of the actual body of it. So here will be a leaf, but I'm not entirely convinced that it's working with this yarn. It is a chunky yarn, and it's super, super, super soft. But that's just it. I think it's too soft. It needs more strength to it, because I don't think all these shapes will stay as they are, you know, as the blanket is used. So I might have to rethink about that one. So there isn't much to show on this one, but essentially I just wanted to show you the color. It's just so soft and so beautiful. Look at this. This is going to be a part of a waistcoat. When I will do more of that waistcoat, I will put links to the pattern and show you what the pattern looks like. And if you like it, you can go and purchase it. It's, I think it's a king cole pattern. And it's absolutely amazing to work with, but obviously not much is done. I think this will be for the summer. It is really, really nice. I just love the color. Now I am working on this blanket. There's a wonderful lady on YouTube that made a tutorial, and I decided to follow it. And it just works so beautifully. It is the mitered square. It does take time, but it is, honestly, it's just worth it because look at this. This is just so nice. I don't know how I can show it to you really, but this is just so neat. And I think I'm gonna make this 36 inches by 36 inches. I'm still working on it, and I'm almost halfway through. So yeah, this is what I'm working on, a baby blanket. And finally for today, I want to show you this because this is a technique I've recently discovered. Well, I discovered it about 6 months ago, but I was never brave enough to try it. So finally, I decided to try it a few weeks ago. It's working 2 pieces simultaneously together. So as you work one side, it's really weird because as you work one side, you work the other side at the same time. So you're not knitting 2 pieces and sewing them together. You're actually knitting them both together at once. And on this side, the owl is black and the background is pink. Well, on the reverse, it's actually reversed. So the background is black and the owl is pink. And I'll show you. There we are. So it's all reversed. I think it's really, really lovely how it comes out. It's just so unique, and you can do that with any types of charts. I think they work usually much better when it's a chart with just 2 different colors. And there we are. I just really love that, and I am going to work on another baby blanket with this. So maybe to make it for a pram. I'm not sure how big pram blankets are, but I'm so excited, and I'm going to try and make my own designs. So as you turn it, it goes back to the other side. I absolutely love them techniques. One more. I have been working on some headbands. I'm absolutely in love with this headband. I guess you could make that with cotton, but I did it with 4-ply and the flower. And I think this will be one of my tutorials on how to make this beautiful headband. It's crochet. I used, I believe it was a 3mm crochet hook, and I worked them 2 pieces and I sewed the flower on. I just really love it. You can make that in any color you like. It's really nice for spring, for springtime, you know, where you are not cold enough for a hat, but you do need something on your head to keep you a little bit warmer. So this is why I made that, because I always like to have something on my head, whether it's a hat or a headband. So that's it. Just a very few of my work in progresses because I have so many. It's incredible. I just have too many works in progresses. But that's okay. They'll all get done eventually. But I do promise that I will get some tutorials done. And if you have any suggestions as to what you would like to see done, I'll be happy to film those too. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again in another video. Please hit the subscribe button, like, and share with everyone. Thank you very much again. Bye for now.